Reason 101, I was not using this, but I thought to get some idea for my CQV. So first of all, I thought to let us see whether it can understand and write in the ways that I write. So I've already done DSW, Data Structure of Wisdom. So I thought to ask it to write an article for DSW. And I started reading and I was like, okay, it is doing, like, first of all, I was kind of happy that it was not doing a great work. It was doing the basic explanation that a third year can do. But then the this slide. First, it is important to know that wisdom is not about having knowledge and information. It is about having the ability to apply that knowledge in a way practical, useful. Wisdom about knowing. Blah, blah, blah. This just the first line that I read, and the second paragraph. One of the key aspects of wisdom in the data structure is the ability to analyze and evaluate different options in the way. It took me like a week to think and intensive thinking and all to come to that conclusion, and it makes me sad. Like I'm not threatened for my job and all, but I also don't feel very good because see, it's not about job and money and all, but it's like it is making me useless as well. One of the ways which I see AI and stuff is how it makes other people useless by doing their work better than them. For example, the coders right now. It is making me useless now. Like I wasted my time by writing DSW. Until now, it was one of my best things, but now it has written. So okay, like what's the use of mind then? Good, I don't know what. I know it cannot replace. I have not read other, but this much only that I read is good. It might be that the other things might go bad, but it's doing good job in this also. In this case also. The key elemental thing that I wrote in my DSW, and that is another thing, that whether computers can be philosophical or not, whether they can do the philosophical stuff. Like that's why I'm doing those stuff, because I can see, I understood, and I already knew that is one of the stream that is left that computers cannot do very easily at this moment. बाकी सब कर लेंगे वो लोग. But now it seems like they can even do philosophy. They were already good at intellect, but it seems like they are also good at simulating wisdom. I will still not accept that they know wisdom. I will still not accept that, no matter what. But at least they are good at simulating wisdom and simulating emotion and feelings and all. They can understand them at least on logical level. So it seems like they can also write better, but I don't think so. I'll read about it and I hope the results are negative. The first time I want bad for an AI. बेटा बाप से बड़ा नहीं होना चाहिए. Oh man. Like the two paragraphs are so good, and the way it is put, also writing skills. Obviously, it would know writing skills. The way that I put was not good, and also it literally took me 2 weeks to think like the actual uses of wisdom with respect to data structures, and it just 1 second में. So I read the whole thing now, and जैसा कि obviously many people have stated who have tried this technical ways also कि थोड़ा प्रॉम्प्टिंग का दिक्कत है. प्रॉम्प्टिंग इन द सेंस कि इसको समझ नहीं आता, इसकी गलती नहीं कर सकते. वो इंसानों के साथ भी, मेरे साथ खुद ही, अगर हम सबको कोई क्वेश्चन ही नहीं समझ में आता है तो हम ऑब्वियसली कैसे कोई आंसर कर देगा. सो आई रोट डेटा स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ विजडम. ये डेटा स्ट्रक्चर इन विजडम समझ लिया, अरे विजडम इन डेटा स्ट्रक्चर समझ लिया, विजडम इन डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स. और हम पूछ रहे थे डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स ऑफ विजडम, थोड़ा सा इसको ऑब्वियसली कोई नहीं चलता है, उतना होता है दिक्कत समझने का. फिर हम फॉर किए, तब बात और अच्छे से पकड़ा कि हम क्या पूछना चाहते हैं, लेकिन तब भी थोड़ा वो तो पंचे घूम रहा था. फिर हम एकदम क्लियर लिख दिए डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स फॉर फिलोसफिकल विजडम, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो था ये लॉजिकल विजडम पकड़ लिया था. जो बहुत जो फिलोसफर जो लॉजिक कैसे काम करते हैं उसके ऊपर फिलोसफीज किए हैं, उसके ऊपर विजडम दिए हैं. जो थ्योरीज है तो वेज है उसके ऊपर बात कर रहा था. फिर वही बात, हम क्वेश्चन स्पेसिफाई किए और हमको बस चेक करना था कैसे सर काम कर पा रहा है, हम इस पर रिलाई कर सकते कि नहीं कर सकते अपने एज ए हेल्प रिप्लेसमेंट के ऊपर क्या ही बताएं. फिर हम और चेंज किए. ओके, आई डोंट नो व्हाई आई एम रिकॉर्डिंग दिस आई यूज दिस इज समवेयर इन इंग्लिश. Quickly I'll sum up. So firstly I asked this thing about the question, so the solution was good, but it was off the point because I was asking for data structure of wisdom and it was giving me answer for data structure wisdom in data structure. It got confused with the sentencing, can happen, not a big problem. So I specified data structure for wisdom in machines, like a bit more specific. So it did understand it, but the wisdom that he understood was the logical wisdom, like the wisdom that we do or work with while dealing with logical stuff. So I even specified my prompt or question even more, data structure for philosophical wisdom in machines. Again, it got to what I was actually wanting to say in my DSW and all, like what my point was, a bit more closer and all, but still it was not there. Like it was giving already made up, like we have concept trees and all that stuff in actual data structure that we use now for our work. So it was doing that. But point of my DSW or any other project is to write about new things or create new things. So I again added a more keyword, new data structures that could be used for philosophical wisdom in machines, like making my prompt more clear. So again, it did give a good answer. I'm just like hovering it. You can pause in it if you are interested. Don't, it will just make me sad. And again, it just did a phenomenal job. And then finally I was, but it was again, as I said, to write an article in thesis all the time, so it was writing in that way. So also it was not able to understand new properly, so I had to write the word generate to like, again just prompting, nothing additional information from my side or help from my side. I was just improving my question, that's it. And when I did that, then it fucked me. And because generate ideas about new data structure that could be used for philosophical wisdom in machines, that was my main DSW aim. And it again did extremely well job. The way it has written, again I should say better job than me, because it knows the technical language and the ways to present things, and writing skill is phenomenal. It does not even need a visual representation. I needed that because I was not good in the field. I was not good at representation and all. So again, great job, but again I thought there was some things missing. So generate ideas about new abstract data types. Here I did not write abstract because it was not that abstract. It was again kind of working on the already existing things and building upon that. It was not going to abstract as I had done in my DSW. And my point of bringing all this to see whether it can compete and come to my level of writing a DSW stuff. Like, can I write a DSW just by using this thing? If I just have the right question in mind, do I need to find answers anymore or not? And so when I did that as well, when I added the word abstract as well, and oh my god, just oh my fucking god, it did such a great work. But again, there was some problems, because you can see my DSW is like 3000 words in a compressed form. 3000 words, it can be like how much you want to expand, like right click and extract. So this was like small paragraphs, not that clearly understandable. Like, it was again doing a well enough job to explain, but it was not that well. So I did something new, I guess. Generate ideas about new research that could be used for conscious. So one other thing that I tried is in my DSW, I thought to go element wise. Like, the first element is conscience in my DSW, so I thought to go element wise, but again that would be stupid, because I cannot explain at this moment why it would be stupid. This question itself is stupid. It being, but then also it was able to give such a phenomenal answer, because it just dwelled into that specific point. Like, my DSW is already a specific point of my every, and what it did is like dwelled into a different specific point of conscious. So I guess it did what I would do. The next step would be, but yeah, again, great job. But this is not what I was looking for, what I made the DSW for. Then I actually re-prompted my stuff. Generate ideas about new data structures that could be used for philosophical wisdom in machines. Also, this edition, also describe and elaborate them extensively, because in this is the only thing that I could not understand. It did not describe it well. And now I don't want to go further because I can see it would do a bit, because now it did describe in a bit longer. I can write even more further, but like, or continue, so it will continue, but it has already done a great job. I read the examples so that I can understand what it actually means for the thing that he written. And again, just phenomenal work. And you can just read if you want, and it's doing such a great work that I feel bad that I cannot do it, I guess. New way of recording, taliya. Anyways, talking about some of the flaws that I can find in this remarkable thing. Again, finding flaws and talking about these flaws is like doing kuchur. I don't know the fucking English thing about that. At this point, my mind is way too much kind of disturbed to think about language. Well, the first thing, that it does not have the ability to think on a wide scale. By wide, I mean, when I'm talking about a DSW and stuff, it is either going on this segment of my DSW or going through my this segment of DSW. I hope you can see my mouse pointer and stuff. It cannot properly go from here to here. It is talking about here to here in the first paragraph or the first sentences. If you read properly in the, like, the starting of where it was talking about, if you compile all of the things that it has told till now, then obviously you can get what I was talking about. But it had, as I said in the first video, that it is talking about these things, the whole thing in a brief, but it is not properly able to get into and understand the things from the bigger picture. It is kind of not narrow, obviously, just being able to talk about one segment of an element is even great. Like if you just talk about verisimilitude is great, even if you can do that. But it is talking about verisimilitude, conscience, intuition, insight, and conscience. It's about like these four things it can talk about, but it cannot like go for more than that stuff. It is kind of limited in that again. But again, we should not say that limited, because you can say that this thing is limited as well. But it's like complete possible thing. There is nothing more than that except this thing. So it's like it's getting 90% of the complete picture, but it is still not getting the 100%. Again, as I said, just a kuchur nikalna, like getting the very minute things. So this is one of the things that I personally feel is not that great in this thing. It can be improved. And the other thing is that can be improved is it does not have the ability to think completely independent, and that comes from the fact that has been going on debate with respect to computers is the imagination thing, that human have the ability to imagine and all. And that is followed up by the fact that the thing that it has told, it is not as generalized, because my verisimilitude, conscience, intuition, these are generalized form of what you were saying, concept tree and all the lattice and stuff, whatever it was talking about. So it does not know how to generalize and talk in a very abstract way. Even though I wrote the word abstract very clearly somewhere above, but it is not talking about abstract ways in the true form of abstract, but it is still building upon the old concepts only, but in a very abstract way that I would give, as I said. But still it is not, again I would say 80% of good work, but it's still not that actually that it thinks about completely new thing and like juxtapositioning of like, a complete new and abstract thing. No, it's not talking in that way, still building upon the old stuff. The third thing that I found was obviously the human factor, that it can be felt and understood that it has not actually been wise itself. All the things that it has been talking about, the moral thing and all, it is simulating that. It is not actually understanding it and writing. It has no understanding of those things. That is why it has to build up. That's the second point. It has to build up because it does not know the thing, and that's what is building up from the thing that already exists. Well, again, that is what it is trained to do. That is what we call generative pre-training. But no, there's no but. It's just design flaw, I guess. But yeah, the human thing, humans can, I guess, do this also. They can like completely go new, like that. They don't have to build in. Obviously, I have written all of this thing because I've actually, if they felt that, understood that, or been wise, if you want to put in that language. So that's extremely good with respect to this thing. Humans are extremely good with respect to this, at least better than this. But again, like it is like 70-80% to humans already. It has been in the ballpark. The last thing, the fourth thing, that is that it does not have philosophical understanding. I read those things very clearly, and how it has the examples that it has been describing, like can be used to do, great, love it. 70% I would give it, like it has philosophical understanding, but the understanding it has seems like hollow. And again, who am I to say that? I might have some jealousy and envy issues with this thing that's like about to take my job now, but no, it's not true. I love it. The thing is, it is lacking. It can be seen very clearly. And again, how do I prove that thing? How do I prove that thing? Well, obviously the thing that it has said, it's like the Turing thing again. I guess the corollary of the thing. If a computer can talk to you well enough that you cannot tell it's a human, then that it has passed Turing test. But if you cannot explain that the computer was machine, even though if you understood, then I failed the Turing test. I don't know about the Turing test thing, whatever it is, but I can sense that it has not got the wisdom. It is not a computer. It is a computer. I can feel that it's a computer. It's a algorithm thing. I can feel that it's not a wise thing. Again, how do I know that? Thankfully, and I guess it had happened by coincidence, but I have been reading, not just my own thing and my own stuff, but I've been reading, I cannot show that, but I've been reading other philosophical stuff as well, and I can sense that this person or this thing has actually sensed philosophical things or all of the DSW stuff in it. And the fifth thing that I would like to tell about this is, again, the first point that I told, and again, as I said, it will be like crushing up all the points. So not having the bigger picture, and the other point that I mentioned is that is the fact that it has not given any of the pre-explanation thing that I've written in my DSW that I generally tell about. That is the main fundamental thing. Like the elements are elements. It is talking about elements. If you see here, it is talking about elements. Here are the few ideas. Okay, I asked about ideas, but it is talking about the ideas only. It is not talking about ideas, the sum of the ideas, or the philosophies about philosophical ideas as well, like that level of philosophy iterated, I guess. So that is the fifth one, and this point can be seen from all the other points. But overall, I would say, just being honest, like 70%, at least 70%, it has done extreme fun. If I have to grade, if my FD would be if my DSW would be 100%, then this would be like 70% marks. I would give it to 70%. Obviously, and I'm extremely critical. I don't know who knows this and who knows not, but I'm extremely critical at all when I'm reviewing stuff. But if I will have to review and all, Chat GPT review PewDiePie, and yeah, I would give it like 70% for sure, easy 70%, easy 70%, because like just seeing the ideas and the way it has explained, oh my god, it was so good. So I don't know what, so just enjoy. Have a good day.